she's still bitter about it, still to this day.
The first time in my life when every decision I make is for me.
All right, so earlier today, I reported on how Obama basically came out and admitted to us that he's just now getting into his wife's good graces. He's just now getting back into Michelle's good graces, right? And I basically gave my opinion, and I stated it's probably because the man works so much, he don't know how to stop working. You know, he's currently on a speaking tour, like as we speak. He just don't know how to stop. And y'all were like, niece, that's very surface level. I'm gonna need you to go deeper, niece. I'm gonna need you to dig deeper. So I did. And y'all like, you do remember that in her book, she said that she hated this man for 10 years. For 10 years. So I decided to do a little backtrack, do the math. I said, well, the last term, or the ending of his last term was what, 2017, right? 2017, 2018. We're not at the 10-year mark yet. So if we go back to 10 years, or we try to fit 10 years, that would put us at 2015, right? 2015. And technically, he's in the White House during this time, right? They were still in the White House. And that's basically what you guys were telling me that I got to keep in mind. I got to keep in mind that she was still in the White House, meaning I got to keep in mind the treatment that she endured as the first lady, and not just as the first lady, as the first Black, dark-skinned first lady. America was not nice to her. They weren't. They were not nice to her. And she already knew this. She been knew this before she even got into the White House. You guys have to remember, this is a woman that attended 2 PWIs, okay? She knows. So that means, again, with the timing, this is their second term. She already went through this for the first 4 years. So the fact that she's doing it again, oh yeah, I could understand she was probably with that man. Because I'm only doing this for you. This sacrifice is for you. And I did it one time. You already...
Yes, Michelle Obama is trending on social media. When you take a look at this, Michelle Obama complained that hairstyles are racist because Black people have to spend more money and time to achieve them. I don't know why this lady like to complain every single time. There is no single podcast that she will not complain from one thing to another. I have seen this over and over, and sometimes I get bored. Looking at what is going on, she attributed issue of skin color. That's insane, right? That has always been an issue with some of these people, and it's crazy. I've never heard a Black man complain about how much money it costs to get his hair done. I've never seen that. But look at what she's saying here. Crazy, right?
Hair as women of color, that the way our hair naturally grows out of our head is beautiful. But if we struggle to make it look like the standard, that means we are spending thousands of hours and lots of money straightening out what is naturally curly hair, right? And that takes time out of your life. It costs money.
They cut a shorter version and re-released parts of it just now, which is how it caught our attention. And listen to what Michelle Obama says.
The first time in my life when every decision I make is for me. I mean, as mothers, as women, as wives, a lot of time we spend our lives making decisions. Well, I'm doing this because my kids, and I changed my job to accommodate my this, or I'm supporting my husband in that. And no, I'm not going to take this job, or I'm not going to try this thing. And now my kids are grown, they are launched, they are healthy and happy. My husband is doing...
Yes, before we proceed to watch the video, there is something I realized. From what Michelle said here, it's like she has spent her entire life not taking decisions on what she actually wants. She sets this, and the way internet pick this up.
It's just like, damn. For 8 years, okay? And that's just 8 years in the White House. We have to remember that this man had a career before that. He was a mayor. He was the mayor, okay? So she's always been in this box. And yeah, she would have always been in that box, kind of considering the career that she was going after for herself as a lawyer. But it's like on that level, on that platform. So far, she gave up her career to support a career she never wanted to be a part of, for a man that she loved. She dealt with scrutiny from the American people, constantly having to stay confined in a certain box because she's constantly worried about her appearance, because she knows that it will be used against her, and it was going to be used against her husband.
The president, we are the former, and I want to say we are the former president and first lady. It'll be 10 years almost.
Yes.
That we have not been in that job. Okay. We are formers. And so there's I feel like this is the first time in my life that when I say and do something here in this interview, writing this book, rolling it out in this way, these are my choices. And that is freeing. It really is. That's why I tell people the 60s.
Yes, and let me pretend like I never heard what she said. When you take a look at these, Barack Obama says they're quite loud. It's time to experiment with new forms of journalism, with government regulatory constraints. Part of what we are going to have to do is to start experimenting with new forms of journalism and how we use social media in ways that reaffirms facts and separate facts from opinion. We want diversity of opinion. We don't want diversity of facts. That, I think, is one of the big tags of social media. By the way, it will require some government regulatory constraint. Michelle is here talking about how, some people in power want to shut down some voices, some cultures. Obama is here saying this. At a certain point, when I watched this video, I was like, what is going on? It triggered a lot of people on the internet, right? One person replied to Obama, have this guy, his whole apparatus is set up to end the First Amendment. He is coordinating with foreign government to end free speech in America, and he spied and lied and did everything that it tricks in the book along the way. That is it. At a certain point, when I look at these people, I really wonder if, taking a look at this article, in 2020, Obama gave a speech at Stanford Cyber Policy Center advocating sweeping censor of the internet. Now, public has discovered the same center last month hosted a secret meeting with EU, UK, Brazil, Australia officials to plot global censor, including of the US. Obama was part of this. That should tell you a lot about this man. Michelle sitting here talking about this, it's insane. I don't want to make the video long. I'm going to end here. I want to appreciate people constantly supporting me, sharing out the videos. God bless you abundantly. If you notice, I drop 2-3 videos daily. So please always tune in and always share the videos. There is something about the short videos at the end that is for the YT algorithm. You can always skip.
Told that you're not ready. And that was my first
Should have more Republicans on the show, but they don't want to come on. They're scared of us.
It's history.
Point when I say I'm not going to be apocalyptic, he even gets an
if the Democrats
because how many times somebody asks
for
JD Vance should be the next president of the United States. If you want to serve in the American
give interviews, I don't do that.
JD Vance should be the next president of the United States.
Happening at the moment.
Yeah. President Obama
Is blatant censorship.
Because he says he has a team of fact checkers.
The FCC.
Want them to stop fooling around with my right to say what I feel.
Americans, it's a part of who we are.
because that is really something that didn't happen before.
Does anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's...
I'm going to say one.
look. There are certain rules of free speech that we must all abide by. But in case anyone needs a refresher, we're going to go over the rules again.
He does not have a right to have a television show.
To spreading lies.
Somebody to get up there, not
all the same people that are in these polite...
Disagree with what Gavin Newsom said that he doesn't...
Dave Chappelle.
Without of interest.